Hello everybody, also welcome to the channel of Eclectic Chessa. If this is not your first time of being here, I thank you so much for coming back. Truly, you guys know that I always appreciate when you guys come. I have so much love for y'all, it's insane. However, if this is your first time of being here, and I so wholeheartedly welcome you as well. Actually urge you to stick around because there's always a lot of fun over here, or either way, very interesting, so do stick around. Welcome to the family. Sit down and relax. My name is Vanessa Danso, and today I'll be telling you an interesting story. This story is going to be about one of the most iconic, one of the most popular names in Ghanaian history. Today, I'll be telling you the story of Okomfo Anokye. Now, if you do not know this man or you never heard of this name before, then y'all just need to sit down and relax and just listen to me talk, because this is going to be very interesting. Anyway, if you like this type of videos, just comment in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking. I really like to know your opinions on this one. You can like this video, you can share it, you can give this a thumbs up and show some love. And until then, you can just enjoy the story, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Today, I will be telling you the story of the legendary Okomfo Anokye and the rise of the great Ashanti kingdom. Now, most of us know about the legendary Nanaya ASANTEFUO and her great courage and fearlessness she showed during the war to protect the Golden Stool. However, I'm pretty sure that some of you are still wondering what the Golden Stool even is and what makes it so incredibly special to declare a whole war over if push should come to shove. And I'm a Buana. Well, it is believed that the Golden Stool, or also known as Sikajwa Kofi, harbors all the souls of the Ashanti people, making it the very heart of the Ashanti tribe. And since it fell out of the sky on a white cloud of dust on a Friday, hence Kofi, it made it not only a sacred object, but also a spiritual one. See, the Golden Stool has a specific function, and this is to give prosperity and strength to its people. So when the Ashanti would go to war, they would never lose a battle because of the protecting powers of the Golden Stool. Now, allow me to tell you how the stool actually came to be. Okay, so in the 1600s, there was no peace between certain AKAN states, especially between the Ashanti and the Denchira people. Now, there was a great king called Nana Osei Tutu I, who became the very first Asantehene, and he had a close friend called Okomfo Anokye, who was a chief priest. And according to some literature, he was even acknowledged as the most feared and respected traditional priest from that time. His original name was Kwame Anokye Frimpong Kotobre, but I will simply refer to him as Okomfo Anokye from here on out. He performed a historical ceremony that was, and still is, a major milestone in the Ashanti kingdom, simply because the Ashanti kingdom truly came to its very existence after this event. In order to grasp the greatness of Okomfo Anokye, I will just briefly sum up some of the amazing things he did in his time. He could arrange a number of empty dishes, one on top of another, and command that all the dishes be filled with fufu. Once before a big crowd, he caused a plantain to be cooked. When the plantain was well cooked, he planted it. It immediately germinated, grew, ripened, and was ready for harvesting. He tied a very long thin thread between two poles and walked on it with his wooden sandals. He could be locked in a room, but would come out while the room was still locked. He would command the rain to stop falling until the celebration of a festival was ended. He could jump over a live snake and the snake would immediately die. He could walk through the rain without getting wet. He could point his finger at a hawk on a tree which had seized a chicken, and the hawk would drop down dead. He could cook food in a perforated pot and would also boil medicinal herbs in it without the liquid spilling out. He could dash a raw egg against a stone, but the egg would not break, and so much more. He was a big deal. So according to the legend, on a fateful Friday in the late 1600s, or Efiada in the AKAN language, Okomfo Anokye consulted the heavens and requested for spiritual guidance in order to help the Ashanti people to unite all the chiefs against their hostile neighbors, the ruling Denchira. Before they became to be known as Ashanti, they were actually individual AKAN states governed by independent chiefs. Okomfo Anokye proclaimed that the only way one could be released of its yoke or oppression is to come together and to form a union. So this is what they did next. They summoned all the paramount chiefs together for a grand meeting. Okomfo Anokye said that the gods would be consulted for assistance in this matter and that the gods themselves would decide who would be the leader of this union. He then continued to say that he will command the stool to fall down from the sky, and unto whom it may land will be the chosen one to lead this union. So after all was said and done, Okomfo Anokye started to dance and to chant, and then lo and behold, the golden stool descended from the sky, and this landed on the lap of Nana Osei I, which automatically made him the king of all the kings that came together. And therefore, if the gods have spoken that Nana Osei I should be the leader, then so be it. After all, who are humans to go against the gods? Okomfo Anokye then continued to speak and said, "This stool is going to represent all the souls of the Ashanti people." Then the chief priest proceeded with the rituals. He gathered hair and fingernails from all the chiefs and made a concoction, then performed a sacred ritual and mixed the concoction with palm wine for all the chiefs to drink. And it was this very act that sanctified the golden stool. However, this did come with a fierce warning. Okomfo Anokye made it crystal clear that if the golden stool should ever be defiled or captivated, then the Ashanti will lose their power and there will be nothing left but chaos. So after this event, the Ashanti people went to war as a united front and they defeated the Dedra people, just as it was prophesied they would. Now, in AKAN linguistics, or also known as a field that concerns itself with the study of AKAN words, we will analyze the word ASANTEFUO. Now, some of you may know this, but some of you may not, so do pay attention. ASANTEFUO is actually the plural form of Osantini. Now, if we break down the word Osantini and analyze it, then we get the following. In AKAN language, Osa means war and Nti means because. So, Osanti means because of war. So, ASANTEFUO, which comes from Osantini, means warriors. Okay, moving on. At this point, it was left with one more remaining thing. A new established kingdom does need a capital to go with it. So Okomfo Anokye said that he will plant 3 kum trees at 3 different locations. And the place where one of those 3 kum trees would flourish will become the capital of the newly established Ashanti kingdom. So he planted one in Kwaman, another one in Apemso Bankofo, and the last one in Obuani. Now the kum tree at Obuani grew to be very small, so the name of the village was later changed into Kuma, meaning small. The kum tree planted at Apemso Bakofo was very disappointing. It did not grow at all. It was able to get some few branches, but they were soon rotten and the tree fell down. So at this point, it was said that Kum Awu, meaning the kum tree, has died. The name of the village was later changed into Kumawu. Now, as for the kum tree planted at Kwaman, this tree flourished so large and beautiful, so much so that it became a place where the king and his people would often sit and discuss some pressing issues. So the name of this village was later changed into Kumase, which is where the name Kumasi came from, meaning under the kum tree. And now, the flourishing Ashanti kingdom, which came to its very existence through the prosperity powers of the golden stool, was now completed. Well, it seems as though we have reached the end of this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you learned quite a bit because it was kind of the point. This video is actually associated with one of the videos I made about the golden stool and the Naya ASANTEFUO. If you haven't seen this video, just click on the link below and it will redirect you straight to it. Until then, you can just take care of yourselves, be kind to one another, and just, y'all know I'll see you in the next one. Bye.